Last I checked, the Japanese 10-year yield is about I think 0.89 or so. In your mind, what is fair value for the 10-year JGB right now, or what should be?
Okay, so very short time, I think a current level should be a very good level for 10-year JGB, because I still think that even though that dollar yen is up today due to the very strong job data in U.S. in Friday, still I think the BOJ is on hold for rest of the year. So considering that, I think the current level should be pretty much fair value for the short period of time.
All right, so around about 0.9 or 90 basis points. I get that.
Yeah.
So no hikes for the rest of this year. What about January, though?
January is still a possibility, I think. It depends on the what kind of data we get from the U.S., because Ueda-san mentioned that he's watching U.S. economy very closely, and he still is not confident enough to make any kind of move until the U.S. economy is firmly in place. And, you know, it's difficult to judge just a single data on Friday. So I think he needs to look at the many different data as a trend, and he will decide. So I think the October meeting is still too early, and the December meeting, I think it's a little bit premature. So earliest, I think January, and there's still a possibility that they're not going to make any move on January as well.
Tadashi, those expectations you've just outlined there in terms of the BOJ's moves going forward, have they been influenced by the comments we've heard from Ishiba-san in the last week? This pivot, it seems, from a more hawkish to more dovish Ishiba.
Yeah, that's a good point. But even before the LDP election result, Mr. Ueda, at the press meeting at the previous BOJ meeting, he clearly mentioned that he's on hold and he can still buy time. He's watching U.S. economy very closely, and there's a great deal of uncertainty regarding the U.S. economy and the market situation as well. So he's pretty much worried about not only U.S. economy, but the volatility of the market. And if you look at the equity market today, is up strongly, but I think at the beginning of last week, the market was pretty much down significantly, like 5%. So still we are experiencing a lot of volatility in the equity market and the bond market and FX market as well. So until the market calms down, I think the BOJ is not pretty much confident enough to make any kind of move. So I think a political situation is pretty much behind us. But still, BOJ will not going to be confident enough to judge the situation at this point.